Yesterday was the birthday of my mom, and she died 10 years ago. So I thought that this was a good opportunity to open up and to share and talk about grief and of how it is to, year after year, relive this part and relive the grief like this. So one of the things is reliving it. Every year when you come to this time, when I come to this time of year, it's like her birthday. My birthday is in 6 days. My birthday is 1 week after her, so this time is very dense for me every year. It's like coming into it, and I just slowly start to feel off. I just slowly start to feel beside of myself. My fiance would mention my mom a couple of times, be like, oh, your mom's birthday is coming up. What do you want to do? And I would be like, could feel that coming up, and then breathing through it, and really. And it's in all situations. Then we're like standing in the restaurant with her parents, and it just comes up. And then the day before her birthday, I was really beside of myself. I was not acting accordingly to how I wish to act. Like, everything was so weird. And then it came to me acknowledging, oh yeah, I'm actually really affected by it, of course. Then yesterday was a really beautiful and really hard day. And the thing is, when you get to this, it's like you're reliving everything. And this was especially true for me yesterday because it was the first time for my fiance to be with me going through this period in my life. So, and it was actually a beautiful moment, an opportunity for me to share about her death and her passing and her her sickness period and all of that stuff that we went through. So yesterday was really all about reliving it and reliving saying goodbye and her last words to me and my little brother. And very beautiful too, because I can't help to so controversial, right? So much yin and the yang, and so much yang and the yin. I cannot help but to really fall in love with the whole thing, because this really is the richness of life. This really is part of the richness of life. To this pain, this heavy grief that I feel in my heart is so much a part of my life, because my mom was so much a part of my life, and she still is so much a part of my life. And this heavy grief in my heart is just therefore so much a part of my life, and it's so much of the richness of life. It's so much yin and so much yang, and there's so much yin and yang, and there's so much yang and yin. So it just goes to the richness of life and embracing it. And we had such a beautiful day yesterday, with connecting, with me sharing, with crying, lots of tears. In the night, we put up a candle at our altar beside of a picture of my mom, and we were sitting and praying in silence, and also praying with words and singing happy birthday in Danish. And I would talk about like the Danish traditions of birthday that we had in my family, like, and how was my family, how was my mom, you know. Such a beautiful moment. All in all, such a beautiful moment. Part of the richness of life. Everything just because when you're embracing life, everything is just part of the richness of life, right? And when I see it from like Jonathan's perspective, it's so painful and so I won't say unfair, because the Tao life is ultimate fairness, like cannot be unfair, cannot be disharmonious. So it is part of the harmony, it is part of the wholeness. And when I see it from that perspective, I do really see it with such a beauty, with such a richness of losing my dearest mother, who meant everything to me and still means everything to me. Now, one of the funny things that happens with it being so long ago, 10 years is very long ago, and continuing forever it will be longer ago. is that the sensation of time is just not there. Because on one hand, it feels like forever since I talked with my mom and since I saw her. On the other hand, it feels like I saw her yesterday. My memory of her is so vivid, is so clear, so true. Her voice still lives in my heart. Her laughter still lives in my heart. The way she looked, her facial expression, her body, the way she was so much of my life, and it lives so clean and pure inside of me. On one hand, it feels like forever since I talked with her. On the other hand, it feels like I could just take my phone and call her up right now and talk with her for 3 hours. In fact, when I was living in Copenhagen, when I was young, I would again and again forget that she died. And sometimes I would take my phone and I would be like, I want to call my mom now. Only then to remember that, oh yeah, she passed away 5 years ago, 7 years ago. How long it was at that time. And I still have the same sensation, but now I know it. Now I know the sensation, and I don't get lost in like forgetting that she's not here. And then one thing is the worst is when people is like, she lives in your heart. It's like, yeah, stop, you know. I know she lives in my heart. I know she's alive. I know everything is alive. It's just not what I'm searching for. So I thought that it would be interesting to share about some of the things that I feel I really lost with losing my mom. And it's funny because like these things are things that has come later in life as I have grown and more life experience. I'm smarter. I have a fiance. She's right there doing the laundry while I'm working. So thank you, sweetheart. I love you. Besos. One of the things I really feel I lost was losing one to reflect with, losing that one that you can always go to with whatever you have. You can always go and give it and reflect. It's like I moved to the other side of the earth to be with the love of my life, my fiance, and that's quite a big decision. It's quite a big decision. It's a huge thing in one's life. And I'm not able to share that with my mom. Not only is she not able to see me go through this and to be proud of me and feel that proudness and the love for one's child as everyone deserves to feel for their child. And I don't have that. Like, I don't have that proud mom looking at me either. I don't have that one. She was very reflective. She was very intelligent, very smart. I don't have that one that I can go to and just leave my problems and like just, you know, give up for a moment. Just give up for a moment and then cry it out with the parent being there, my mom being there and seeing me, and then being okay. I don't have that. I don't have that. You know, when everything is just going to shit and you're like, I would like to call my mom and be like, hey mom, everything is shit. You want to come and just spend the whole day together and just talk about me? I don't have that. Not that we have to, like, not in an egocentric way, but you know what I mean, right? And I really feel I miss that. Like, I need that. That is really one of the things that has been taken away from me. That opportunity to share and reflect with my mother. One of the things that's also been taken is this exact same thing, but for my little brother. My little brother is not able to either. And he also goes through difficulties. We all do. And I'm there for him. Right now, I'm not physically there because I'm here. And my mom is not there either. And I know he can also feel very alone. And it was like that moment of vulnerability was really the role of my mom to really be there, to really embrace us in it. As you can hear, we had the most amazing and beautiful and wonderful mother one could ever wish for. So that she was taken away from us 10 years ago, it was hard, man. I also want to reflect with her about her life. I want to know about her life. I want to know about her past. How was it being young for her? What was like her problems? What did she have to go through? What did she learn? How did she grow? She also went through lots, and I know that she was lonely just as me. I remember this one time I was a child, and I was like, "You don't understand me." And I remember her saying, "Yes, I do understand you." And then she started sharing about her childhood. And I was too much of a child to understand. And now I'm older, now I'm curious. I want to know, how was her life? Who was she? Like, of course I know her, but I know her from the perspective of a child. Mother and child, and now I'm older. I would like to know her fully. How is it being in a marriage for many years? Like, how was it raising 5 kids? There's a lot I want to know. But it's just not possible. This is how it is. It's not, lots of other people have it worse. I'm just sharing about the grief. One thing that I really, 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 really would love to know, which is not possible, is I would love to know, how was her process of dying? How was her process of realizing that she is about to die? She's gonna leave her children. She's gonna leave her husband and his 3 children. She's gonna leave her mother, everyone, and die. Because one thing people say is that if we are lucky, she was not aware that she was about to die. And I always completely disagree with that. If we are lucky, she was aware that she was about to die, and she went good through the process of letting go, of giving, of allowing return to the Tao, of giving her children to life, trusting in life, of giving her husband to life, trusting in life. How was that process for her? How was it? Because I know she was aware. We were saying goodbye. We were sharing one by one. We're having our last moment with mom, sharing one last time, telling how much we love her. And then she would fade out until in unconscious again. So some of her was definitely conscious. So I'm sure that she was conscious about the process. How must it have been for her to be in that, not able to express yourself, but then returning to conscious, saying goodbye, and then fading out? Like, something is conscious underneath all of this. How was that process for her? I can only guess. I trust in her, and I trust that she went good through it. And my prayers and everything goes to her. It must have been so hard to say goodbye to your children, giving them to life, trusting in life. I miss her every day. I miss her every day. I don't think about her every day necessarily. I do miss her every day. And 10 years and she's still a part of my life. And the weird thing is, it gets better and better, but it also gets worse and worse because it's longer and longer and longer time. Every time. My children will never meet her, and she will never meet my children. She'll never meet my fiance. My fiance will never meet her. I mean, there's just much, so much of my life I want to share with her that no puedo, that I can't, not possible. So yeah, those were just some thoughts of grief, talking about grief and sharing how it is to relive this every single year. And there's also her death day, which is what we call Mother's Day in my family, and it's also always 10th of July. It's always a very, very hard day too. Thank you for watching, and thank you for listening. I wish you a beautiful day, I wish you a beautiful life, and be happy.